Well, good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Bill.
I guess you can see I have on red and white.
Very nice.
Well,
very patriotic.
Well, not patriotic. Actually, we have a new client, and we try to have fun at FNC. And so, before we talk about serious topics, or maybe this is a serious topic, we should talk about fun. Our new client is in Northwest Arkansas, and one of the things they want us to do is the Razorback cheer. We're going to all get out front in a few minutes. You're going to change into a red shirt, and we're going to do Woo Pig Suey.
I guess so.
That's a lot more fun than talking about interest rates and the Fed and all that stuff. I do have my hog hat, and I'll be putting my hog hat on later this morning.
Oh, well, that's very impressive.
In fact, you'll be putting my hog hat on too. That's a whole other discussion. We're talking about interest rates and the Fed. We got a new Fed chair coming up. First female in the country's history.
Right, and she is going to be sworn in today.
The speculation is she might be the smartest of the smart.
She's a very, very intelligent woman. Just has done, very, very good work. It's going to be an interesting dilemma for her because the Fed has said for some time that they're not going to really consider raising rates on the federal funds rate until the unemployment's down to around 6.5%.
I mean, Alan Greenspan said, and so did several others members of the Fed, when they wanted something explained in common sense, they just asked Janet Yellen.
Yeah.
I don't know which was harder, asking her or admitting that.
Well, certainly Greenspan didn't have a clue a lot of times, but
well, that's a whole other discussion now. Now let's just, Dr. Dorsey, let's focus on.
Anyway, she's got this dilemma because it looks like there's some chance that when they come out with the new unemployment numbers on Friday, it'll be down to 6.5%. It's 6.7% right now. Some people are saying 6.6. Some are saying 6.5 on Friday.
Do they care anything about emerging markets? I mean, we've seen the tank in emerging markets.
Well, it's
and
not
the market's
just
way down. And rates, bonds are up, and rates are down.
I know, and it's not just that either because people don't feel like they can really rely on this number, 6.5%.
A fake number?
No, it's not fake. The problem
Bogus?
is that so many people have left the market looking for jobs.
So no meaning.
Right.
It just the number does not have the meaning.
Right. I mean, it could be that the true rate is somewhere over 7%. But the way they measure it, it depends on people who are actively pursuing
participation rate. They look at labor force participation rate.
And people feel right now that the participation rate has just dropped off so dramatically that they don't know if it's because of the long-term recession that it's dropped so much, or if it's true.
So you think Dr. Yellen will say, well, 6.5, just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, I think they've already indicated that that's no longer a number that they're going to rely on. Yeah, and so they had anticipated it would be 2015 before they hit that number, and now they're hitting it at the beginning of 2014. So yeah, I think they're going to wait and see.
In fact, there's speculation this morning that states are about to start running big budget surpluses.
Well, certainly we've seen that in a few states already.
It would be nice if the federal government did that, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know if it's not in my mind.
I was going to see if you picked that up.
No. What the government should have been doing all along here is increasing their deficit,
spending more in times of a downturn, with the idea of taking it back when it comes back.
Exactly, but they didn't listen to me.
Well, so mortgage rates. Let's come full circle and talk about mortgage rates and where we are. We heard the financial prognosticators, forecasters say mortgages are going to be way down.
Right.
We've got QM, and if it's not a QM mortgage, a qualifying mortgage, if it does not fit in the box, there's just not going to be any demand. But the reality is just reverse has happened.
Right. I think that a lot of lenders are seeing this as a great opportunity. They're saying, okay, let's look at all these other mortgages. They're actually pretty good mortgages in many cases.
And nice yield spreads.
Nice yield spreads, that people are searching hard for yield right now. And so that might be a really good market to get into. And so a lot of lenders are now saying, hey, we're gonna handle these, we're gonna take them on our books, we're gonna get some yield out of this.
Cost of funds is low.
Right. I mean, if you have good due diligence on the loans, there's no reason to expect that they're not going to pay off. So it's a great opportunity.
And so if we look at 2014 and how it's unfolding, it seems like most lenders are having pretty good volume.
They're having decent volume. I mean, the truth is that the mortgage application rate has been up, it's been down. It's been pretty much where people have forecast, you know, so it's overall down. But I said all along that I just don't think this is going to be as bad a year as the MBA is forecast.
Well, they were forecasting, depending on when you read the numbers, somewhere from down 20 to down 30% from last year.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to, at least I hope,
we
don't see it's going to be that bad. You know?
Well, the forecast is down around $1 trillion in origination, in that range, $1.1 trillion, $1.2 trillion.
So hopefully we'll see a little bit above that. And if we do, I think that that portends 2015 to be a really good year.
Well, so what about home equity lending?
We've seen
the equity stabilized and some markets come back strong.
Right, and we've seen some increases in there. I think that the lenders are anticipating a lot of home equity lending because the questions that we've seen from them, they seem to be trying to get their house in order to manage a significant volume of equity lending. I don't think it has started really yet.
No,
I think that probably this spring, when people start thinking about home improvements, vacations, big additions to the house, that sort of thing, then you're going to start seeing some home equity lending.
Well, so you think that probably this will be end of the year and increases into 15 for lenders?
I think this summer should be real good. And I think right now it's a little weak, but we've had some bad weather too.
Well, we absolutely have, and the rates have trended down.
The rates are staying down, and no one's expecting the rates to go up significantly this year.
Do you think this downturn in the mortgage industry will bring out consolidation? You think we'll have more consolidation among the smaller and mid-sized lenders?
You would think so, although we haven't seen much evidence of it so far.
Is that because of regulatory constraints, you think, or market forces?
I think that a lot of the lenders are just waiting to see. You know, there was an article this morning about the fact that a lot of lenders are starting to increase their mortgage operations, and when they do that, they may start looking around to acquire some people who are generating some mortgages.
Right.
And that could very well happen. We certainly haven't seen it yet. I think the financial services industry is going to see some consolidation this year.
That's probably true. Well, we have to. This is the Monday morning after the Super Bowl. We have to mention the Super Bowl. Did you watch the Super Bowl? Did you watch?
We have to mention it?
Well, we have to because we have to talk about what an ad cost. I heard this morning an ad cost $4 million.
And I don't think they got their money's worth this time. I think a lot of people, after about the second quarter,
turned it up 22-0 at halftime. They turned it off. It was an advertiser's nightmare.
Yeah.
Because if you bought an ad in the third or fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was kind of a dismal game.
22-0. So. One last comment. Do you think the regulatory pendulum, because the regulatory pendulum swung so far away from regulation to self-regulation, market-based discipline, do you think the regulatory pendulum has stopped swinging or is going to keep swinging in favor of more regulation?
No, I think it's got a lot of momentum. You think about the process. First of all, there has to be new legislation, so we have that. Then the legislation has to be turned into regulation. We're just starting to have that. And then the regulators have to go out and implement that and talk to lenders about how they're going to implement it. We haven't even hardly begun with that.
So the regulators are like the Seahawks. Things keep moving in their direction.
So I think that's going to happen. I think that momentum is going to continue to swing in that direction for at least all of this year and probably well into next year.
Into 15,
yeah.
Maybe see it in 16.
Yeah, because that's just not going to change. It's going to take a while. We're hearing from clients that they're just now getting feedback of new things that they need to do, changes, things they've never had to do before.
Right.
And,
Like reviewing an appraisal.
Right.
Imagine that. Okay, well, we're out of time. We're all going to go out as a company, and we're going to do the Arkansas cheer, which is Woo Pig Suey. I'm Bill Rayburn with Bob Dorsey. We hope all of you all have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.
Bye.